This is an NBC 10 News podcast.
In studio with me is my guest, Cindy Coyne. She's a candidate, a Democrat candidate for lieutenant governor. I should call you Senator Coyne because you're a former state senator.
That's correct.
You're also a former trooper.
Yes, sir.
Former state trooper. Welcome in. Nice to have you in.
Thank you for having me.
You're also one of several Democrats running for lieutenant governor, including the incumbent Sabina Matos, who wants to keep her job. Why does Sabina have to leave, and why do you have to get in?
Well, I think it is a great opportunity for our constituents in the state to have a choice, right? Competition is good, and I know with my experience on the state police of 20 years, all while having 4 children with my husband, I understand the pressures that our working families are under. I loved my time in public service. I've put in nearly 30 years of public service. After the state police, I was a town councilor for the town of Barrington for 4 years. And then I was a state senator for 8 years where I represented District 32. And all the while, my constituents wanted someone who was willing and able to solve their problems, to listen to them. And I feel that I have done that in my years of public service, and I'd like to go back and do that again as your next lieutenant governor.
Well, all the candidates are going to say basically the same thing. Well, I've done this, I've done that, but give me a reason to kick out Sabina Matos. Sometimes it's a heavy lift to get rid of an incumbent. What has she done that she deserves to be kicked out? Is it the scandal with the phony names from the graveyard? What is it about her that she has to go and we have to put you in?
Well, honestly, I believe that we all bring something to the table, but I do think that the office is underutilized. I think we can do much more. First, we can start with, I would like to start with introducing or, looking forward to building a relationship with our governor. I think you can do more together. I think that working together as a team is more productive for the state as opposed to working separately or not working together at all. I do believe that my time and years in the state Senate has allowed me the opportunity to bring people together to solve problems. And I think that with my time in the state Senate, I've been able to come to compromise and collaborate on really good pieces of legislation.
I'm going to get to those in just a second, but Sabina Matos would say, well, he handpicked me. We go together, we go to ribbon cuttings, and you know what, the job, I'll say this, the job doesn't have any responsibilities. It's all advisory. It's $1 million budget. You know, one of the candidates, the cool moose, he wanted to get rid of it altogether. He said, elect me, I'll get rid of it. You know the rap on lieutenant governor.
And his legacy continues to live on, unfortunately, and I think that office deserves more respect than it gets. You are charged with one constitutional charge, and that's to take over as governor should the need arise. You need someone who has the experience, the skill set, and the institutional knowledge to step in and lead on day one. I'm that person. My years of experience on the state police, local government, and state government all qualify me to have the experience. I've got 3 decades. I got 3 decades of public service, just like you have 3 decades of experience.
Almost 3.5, yes.
That's right, in broadcasting, and you're a leader in your industry.
Well, thank you. That's very nice. But I'm not running for it. No. I have the job.
But I feel I'm a leader in my industry when it comes to public service, and I bring a skill set, institutional knowledge to the job, and I want to make things better for our state.
Okay, all right. Well, that doesn't diminish the notion that everything is advisory. You basically cut ribbons. It's $1 million budget. You get a car and driver, and you wait for the governor to leave us, either of natural causes or in other ways, which we hope never happens.
I disagree.
So you have to make the. Well, how could you disagree with me? It's statutorily an empty office.
But you have the ability not only to use the office as a bully pulpit.
Yes, that you have.
Right.
Yes.
But with my knowledge of having to be, with my knowledge in the state Senate and working with my colleagues in the General Assembly, I know how to be able to get good policy passed. And if you understand how to be able to do that and you have initiatives and priorities, for instance, I'd like to see a state tax credit for family caregivers. One of the positions is advisory for long-term coordinated counsel.
Right.
Okay, our family caregivers aren't given enough credit as it is. They take the burden off our healthcare system as it is.
Okay.
They deserve more resources, more tools, and I'd love to see a state tax credit for our family caregivers.
Now, what you're saying to me is, Gene, I was in the state Senate. I know how to deal with these people. Sabina Matos came out of the council. Kai Samsavorvang is a Newport councilman, and Sue Anderbar is a councilwoman from Providence. I know how to work with get things done with the legislature. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Stay with me. Let me take a quick break, and I'm going to come back and ask you a few more questions. This
Thank
is
you.
Cindy Coyne, wants to be your next lieutenant governor for the Democrats. Right back with Off Script. Sabina Matos wants to be the supermarket lieutenant governor, wants to make sure that all communities are served. Kai Samsavorvang wants to be the healthcare lieutenant governor. Sue Anderbar tells me she wants to be the kind of the RIPTA, public transportation person. What do you want to be? What are you grabbing?
Well, I have a few issues in mind, but particularly I'm interested in public safety. There's nothing more important than the safety of our public. And as an advisory role, we advise on the Emergency Management Council. And right now, FEMA is under attack by the Trump administration. We rely heavily on our neighbors, as we did in the blizzard of 2026. We need to rely on our neighboring states for equipment and resources and tools if we don't have them ourselves,
Right.
and we also share that. That's the Emergency Management Assistance Compact.
Okay.
So I would like to make sure that we are secure and that we continue to collaborate with our neighbors, especially when we don't know what's happening with FEMA. That has not been reviewed and looked at since the early 1990s, and it's congressionally approved. I'd like to spend a little bit more time with emergency preparedness. I'm also very interested in resilience planning when it comes to cities and towns.
Okay.
But again, I also want to go back to, something that's near and dear to my heart, and that's our older population and our aging folks when it comes to long-term care.
Okay, let me ask you this. You're a former trooper, so
Yes.
you've been in emergencies.
Yes.
Right? It certainly would serve you well, emergency management advisory role. No real power, but advisory, I understand. When you were in the legislature, you helped pass some of the gun bills that
Yes,
are
I did.
controversial. Now today, the assault-type weapons ban kicks in. No more buying, no more transferring of those assault-type weapons in Rhode Island. Do you support that?
Yes,
You do?
I am a gun sense candidate always. I've always prided myself in protecting the public. I worked very hard to ban ghost guns. I championed that piece of legislation.
Right.
It's a proactive piece of legislation. Most of the pieces of legislation that are developed in the General Assembly are somehow reactive, so I was very proud that I championed that piece of legislation, and also spent 2 hours on the Senate floor arguing for a ban on the large
Capacity
magazine, yes.
Now, some people are concerned in the Second Amendment community that next year they're going to come back and ban possession. In other words, if you have one, they're going to come for your guns. Governor said, I'm not going that far, but he said Helena Folks would. And Helena Folks, go ahead and get that soundbite ready. You have that for me, that Helena Folks said this on WPRO a couple of days ago. And it sounds like, we're not going far enough. Maybe demanding you turn them in, or at somehow coming to get them might be the right way to go. I'll wait for my producer to tell me that that's ready. It is ready. Go ahead and run this, and you can hear it too. This is what Helena said on the radio on WPRO.
I want to make sure that we're taking action on guns that are really weapons of war and that are killing our children. And I absolutely will stand up to the gun lobby and to any politicians who are beholden to these folks. I think at the end of the day, we should have a real ban on assault weapons. Last year, we banned the sale of those weapons, but not ownership. And so I think we should go further.
I can't say it any plainer than she said it. Will you support that?
I would.
A ban on assault weapons. If you have one, you can't have it anymore.
I think that's how the piece of legislation initially started.
Yeah.
But like anything else, sometimes when you want to pass something, there's compromise. Now, I wasn't in the room. I wasn't there for the testimony or how the end result came out with that piece of legislation. I know that there is a balance between the rights of the Second Amendment and protecting our public. So I look forward to the opportunity to listen to both sides.
But Cindy,
Yes.
give me an answer. Do you support going and taking someone's gun away? A ban means a ban.
Not without going, being legal about it. And I believe that if it's going to protect the public more,
Yeah.
then we go there. But I'm interested in listening and seeing
Okay.
what the piece of legislation looks like. The devil is always in the details.
You'll leave the door open to that.
Yes.
Are you supporting Helena, folks?
I am keeping the door open on the race for governor, as I first initially told you.
Yeah.
My number one priority is to initiate an open dialogue with the
Right.
governor and the governor's team. That wouldn't make sense if I
Final-
disclosed who I was supporting.
Final question. I just have about 20 seconds left. I'm asking all the candidates this.
Yes.
You have creeping socialism in your Democrat Party. Do you renounce socialism?
I'm not for labels at all. I'm for working hard for our public. I am pragmatic.
Are you a capitalist?
I support capitalism.
Then do you renounce socialism? Why can't you
I
say?
just-
Why can't you say that it's one
I'm
way or
not a
another?
socialist. I'm not a socialist, but I do, support, good legislation that helps the public. So, I want to do what's best for the public. I want to work hard. I'm
Okay.
a results-driven person, a project-oriented person, and I really look forward to bringing my experience to the office of Lieutenant Governor.
Well, good luck to you. And
Thank you.
thanks for coming in.